So gold is traveling down, and in regards to the indicator, I mean, we're riding the upper bottom line, right? And so obviously I don't take any trades until market open. But what I'd be looking for is either, we need to resist, which we already are right here. This level right here at 26.81 is pretty key for resistance, or it's been support before. So we need that to act as support again. And if we break 26.81, we make them down here to 26.73, which has acted as resistance, and then had become support after we cleared it. And so one thing to be aware of, is even if we break these levels, I don't know if we'll continue to trend down maybe to the 26 level, the 26.59 to 60 level. And so what I would want for gold, if I was trading it, is I would probably want to see some kind of a failed breakdown here, where maybe we come down to here, maybe we break out, come down to this level, and then re-break back in. Or we do a slight breakout, come back in, paint a new low, come down here to 73, and then bounce back in. All right, so we have a little bit of a trend here. Now the indicator hasn't painted a buy yet. So be cautious, be aware of that. I wouldn't say sell below 77.99. But I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised if there was any resistance around here that then pushes us back up into this range. So at the current moment, 79.07 is the upper high. The lower is 77.41. So if you wanted to, you could just wait for both of those majors, right? These are the majors. And so you could either wait to take a sell off of 79.05, or you could wait to take a buy off of 77.41. But again, as long as you wait 15 minutes to confirm, and then look for another confluence, either that be off the indicator, stochastic, but just be aware of those levels, right? And it's no coincidence either that this line up here is almost the mid-range for this volume right here. I don't think that's a coincidence either. And so I would be looking for, I probably, again, if we're looking for a buy, we've had a good amount of, this is kind of painting a very loosely looking false breakdown pattern, but, again, we can give it a little bit of time, and maybe you missed that buy, it's okay. Wait for either a sell or a buy through 78.58. Or wait until we come up here to 79. And again, we could leg up, right? Because the other thing about range trading things is when they trend, they freaking trend for forever. And so sometimes you just gotta walk away from that unless you get it in a good spot and you have your runner running. Like unless you got into a buy here, closed out here, and then let your runner go. It's like you don't want to hop in this trend like right here because you think it's gonna go up forever, right? So we're having almost a little bit of a bounce here off of 78. Okay, now this wasn't really an elevator down. This is just a continuation of this break, right from here. We've reclaimed that now, and so what I'd be looking for is either for and again it's the same on gold. It's going to be the same on ES. We need to base out and see what happens, right? So right now we're not really forming a new high, right? It's kind of chilling up and down, so I wouldn't be surprised if we come back down. Okay, but really the key levels are everything you see here on NAS really being this order block, right? We kind of don't want to see it come back down to the about the 21,000 area here, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did. All right, so take it level to level. If you take a sell off the break here, which again, breakdown trades are difficult because this also could just be a back test short, right? So that wouldn't surprise me either. But if we take a sell off of this, off of any of this range down here, look for maybe a potential back test. Again, give it some time. Yeah, base out is it's consolidation. Consolidation on the you know, because it's like consolidation on the longer term and shorter term can be a little bit different, right? So consolidation on the longer term, right, where you have like a big base out like this, you know, so like if you go to the 30-minute or the 1 hour and zoom out a little bit, you can kind of see these areas where price base is out here, where yeah, it's consolidation, but it's also rejection of a level, it's addition of support, where you can see these demand and supply zones forming. Now this one I think was difficult because it was just a major failed breakdown. But for buys, I don't necessarily look for consolidation. I look for failed breakdowns, right? But again, I don't like to take. I'm very cautious on breakouts or breakdowns, because again, very hard trades, and oftentimes 60 to 80% of the time are a trap. All right, so if you don't like those odds, don't take a break. I'm not taking a breakdown of 87 to 84. So if you don't like those odds, don't take it. All right, and most of the time, if you're trading ES, if it does have a breakdown, it's typically pretty violent, and eventually it's going to pull. Eventually it's going to pull back. It's going to find an area that it's going to break it down to it, and then it's going to likely squeeze heavily from there. Okay, so if you don't like those odds, wait for it to, wait for it to stop somewhere, wait for it to exit an area, and then wait for it to exit an area, and then wait for it to re-enter. So yeah, a lot of false breakdowns over here around the 76.85. So I might even look at the low here. All right, so 76.49 would likely be the area to break and cause an elevator down back into this range. All right, so there is the potential for us to come down and test that level. So just be aware of that. Currently, we are holding the 77.41 area. So those are the majors right now, 77.41. And then up here it's 78.59. Those are the two majors. Now, it could go above 5.9 a little bit, up to 7.6, the upper band. That's why you kind of have to look at these lines as a range, right? It's not an exact, it's almost never going to stick around an exact number. And we'll look at ES, and I'll show you that sometimes the ranges, right, they kind of act as magnets, and so it doesn't mean that it can't clear them, right? Like it even cleared this right here and then re-entered, cleared this, re-entered. I like taking trades off the re-entry of a previous break.